Hello there. I am sorry to tell you that I have made a mistake. Throughout the entirety of my Rebel Alliance Starfighter videos, I unfortunately left out one key initial Starfighter that was extremely important to the Rebel Alliance and that was extremely important to their efforts against the Galactic Empire. So today I am going to talk about the incredibly powerful ship known as the U-Wing. And without further ado, here we go. But first, as always, we start with a little bit of a breakdown. The U-Wing, otherwise known as the UT-60D U-Wing Starfighter/support craft, was a starfighter/gunship that cost about 65,000 credits apiece, and that was created by Incom Corporation. At 23.99 meters in length, 8.54 meters in width, 3.51 meters high, and established with a fusible thrust engine, for them to be specific, Class 1 hyperdrive motivators, deflector shield generator, a tracking computer, and a holographic imaging system with a modular Navi computer, as well as 2 laser cannons at the front of the ship to get into dogfights, and 2 heavy weapons, otherwise known as the Roba M45 repeating ion blasters on either side, for the gunship to drop off troops and for them to receive cover fire for whenever they are dropped off to go into ground conflict. The ship had many affiliations throughout the entirety of the Galactic Civil War, including the Alliance to Restore the Republic, the Partisans, the Lothal Resistance Group, the New Republic, and the Citizens Fleet, but it was really because of one individual person that this ship actually got to the hands of the Rebel Alliance, and that was because of Senator Bail Organa. During the time of the rise of the Republic, the UT-60D was one of the last ships to actually be produced by Incom Corporation before it was nationalized by the Galactic Empire. Due to this, the U-Wing never enjoyed the full production run that it was supposed to, and a lost shipment of U-Wings ended up in the hands of the Rebel Alliance after a careful manipulation of the Senate records by Bail Organa himself, leading to these ships being in the hands of the Rebel Alliance and them being an extremely crucial factor to the Rebel Alliance's fight against the Galactic Empire. The U-Wing is extremely crucial throughout the entirety of before, during, and after the Galactic Civil War, seeing time throughout the entirety of the galaxy in possession of the Rebel Alliance, especially during the Battle of Scarif, where they made their initial appearance in actual canon during the movie Rogue One. And it was because of this ship that the Rebel Alliance actually had themselves an actual, genuine, bona fide, actual transport that allowed them to be able to successfully go into fights and be able to not only fight against the actual entirety of the Galactic Empire on the actual battlegrounds of planets, but actually be able to go down to the planets below, transport troops from back and forth like the LAAT did back in the day for the actual Galactic Republic. In fact, the time frame from the U-Wing was actually so long that it survived all the way to the Battle of Endor, the Rebels' actual initiative strikes on Naboo, and during Operation Cinder, and it was so beloved by the Rebel Alliance that it actually saw time during the actual New Republic, and even all the way to the time of the First Order Resistance War, where U-Wings were part of the Citizens Fleet that fought against the actual First Order during the Battle of Exegol. But unfortunately, with only light information known about the actual U-Wing itself, we don't really know all that much. It was only created about 10 years ago for the actual Rogue One movie, so we don't have a lot of information on how it got to be what it is, where it really went, and what battles that it actually saw throughout the entirety of the Galactic Civil War. But what we do really know is that Bail Organa is the absolute GOAT for being able to find all of these U-Wings and give them to the proper hands that could actually use them. I hope you guys really liked this video, and I hope you guys really stick around for more. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, do whatever it is you like to do, and I will see you guys later.